So, you have a dream to start a new school. That's amazing. But here's the tough truth. A bad budget can turn that dream into a total nightmare fast. Today, we're going to build the financial playbook that every new school founder absolutely needs. This is your roadmap to not just survive, but to really thrive from day one. Let's jump right in. And let's get one thing straight, right from the top. The stakes are incredibly high. It's almost never the curriculum or the teaching style that causes a new school to fail. Nope, it's the budget. You can have the most brilliant academic vision in the world, but it means absolutely nothing without the financial smarts to back it up. All right, here's our game plan. First, we're going to uncover the common budget traps that catch everyone out. Then, we'll get into the good stuff, where to save money, and, just as important, where you must spend it. After that, we'll set you up with a simple monthly money plan and a smart purchasing playbook to put it all into action. Easy. Okay, first up, let's talk about the pitfalls. These are the common, almost predictable mistakes that can completely drain a new school's bank account before a single student even walks through the door. But here's the good news. They are 100% avoidable once you know what they are. So where does all the money go? Well, it's often spent on things that look good, not things that actually help the school run. We're talking about luxury furniture, hiring way too many staff before you even have the student numbers, or buying the fanciest new tech you don't really need yet. The goal is to look impressive, but the result? It's usually a cash flow crisis waiting to happen. Now that we know the traps, let's flip this around and talk about the solution: smart savings. Look, this isn't about being cheap, not at all. It's about being strategic. It's about being aggressive with cutting costs in the areas that don't actually impact the quality of your students' education. Just look at this number, 40%. That's how much you could potentially save on furniture alone, just by rethinking your approach. Now, just for a second, imagine applying that same kind of smart thinking across your entire budget. Yeah, the impact could be absolutely massive. So what does this actually look like in practice? Well, the smart choice is stuff like modular furniture that can grow with you, or working with talented local carpenters. The costly mistake? Spending a ton on luxury imported chairs and fancy decorations that don't add any real value. It's practicality over pizzazz. And hey, the same logic applies to your marketing. Instead of blowing your budget on giant, expensive billboards, you gotta focus on what actually works for a new school. A really strong Google business profile, encouraging parent referrals, which are pure gold, by the way, and hosting small community events are way more effective and cost a tiny fraction of old-school advertising. And the savings don't stop there. You gotta be lean with staffing at the start. Hire essential teachers who can wear a few different hats, and bring in specialists part-time. For your classrooms, buy things like whiteboards and fans in bulk. And when it comes to curriculum, you can avoid those super expensive franchise fees by using excellent low-cost resources like government-published textbooks if they're available. See? All those savings free up your money for what truly, truly matters. So now let's talk about the non-negotiables. These are the areas where you absolutely cannot cut corners, where you have to invest for quality and for the long-term success of your school. Think of these as your 3 pillars. First, security and safety are everything. We're talking CCTV, fire extinguishers, a proper first aid setup, the works. Second, all your legal paperwork and compliance documents have to be perfect. No shortcuts. And third, the absolute heart and soul of your school: good teachers. And let me be crystal clear on this point. Investing in your teachers by paying them a fair, competitive salary isn't just an expense. It is the single best investment you can possibly make in your school's growth. Why? Because great teachers build a great reputation, and a great reputation leads directly to more parents wanting to send their kids to your school. It's that simple. Okay, so we've got a plan for what to spend on, but now we need a process for how to manage it all. This is about moving from a budget that just sits in a folder somewhere to a dynamic, active system for managing your finances every single month. And the process is actually really simple. First, you list all your regular expenses. Second, you check your spending against your budget every single month, no exceptions. And third, and this is so important, you always maintain a safety fund that can cover at least 3 months of expenses. That's your lifeline for when the unexpected happens. All right, for our final section, let's get into the nitty-gritty of how you actually buy things. Think of this as your playbook for making sure every single rupee you spend is spent wisely and gives you the absolute maximum value. These are your new rules to live by. Always get at least 3 quotes before you buy anything. Always. Buy in bulk when it makes sense. Prioritize things that will actually help get more students in the door, not just pretty decorations. And this is a big one. Take the emotion out of your buying decisions and negotiate everything, especially big contracts like your rent. And if there's one core principle to remember through all of this, it's this one. Before you automatically go to a big, famous brand, look for local vendors. You will so often find better prices, you'll get more personalized service, and you'll be investing right back into your own community. It really is a win-win. So let's end on this thought. A budget, it's so much more than just a spreadsheet of numbers. It's a document that tells a story. It reveals what you prioritize, what you value, and what your vision for the future really is. So the question you have to ask yourself is, what story is your school's budget going to tell?